Hey, Freedom Family, I am so glad that you're here at _ Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. And I am so excited about today's conversation because today I get to give you the secret to a fulfilling, amazing, exciting life. The life that you've desired to have, you've dreamed about, and you haven't figured out how to get there yet. Everything changes today. So let's get started, shall we? Hey, and as we're getting started today, could you do me a favor? You know what my top 5 are. Could you subscribe so you're part of the Freedom Family? Could you hit the notification so you don't miss out on the conversations? And speaking of conversations, put a comment down below. A conversation you want to have, something that you're seeing and resonating, something that you want to have a talk about. I look at the comments and I'd love to hear from you. And also don't forget to hit the like button because like is what I want. I want you to not just like them but be impacted by them. So hit that so we know that we're hitting home with you. Last but not least, the conversation doesn't just happen here, but it happens on Instagram and Facebook. So go ahead and check out those links down below to our Instagram and our Facebook pages. So as we're getting started today, here's a question for you. Have you ever been driving and you're in a hurry, you're trying to get somewhere and there's somebody in front of you that just won't get out of the way? Every time you try and change lanes, they're there and they're going super slow and they may be driving a Prius, maybe not. And so the first thing that you think, if you're me, is who's driving that thing and why are they in my way? And so you go to pass them, you get around them, it's nice and clear and safe and you're not trying to be rude or anything, but you always look over to see who they are, right? Because when I look over and see, what it's going to do is it's going to confirm to me who it is. Either they're this group or this person or this age or this whatever, right? I don't know if I'm all alone in this, but have you ever been there where you're looking at something so you can confirm what you understand, which is all those people are slow drivers, whoever the those is. Believe it or not, that's a belief system. And believe it or not, the reason why I know that's a story that resonates because we all have them. We all have belief systems. They're the shortcuts that we've been created to have to be able to understand our life and to be able to process through information. The problem is all of our belief systems aren't necessarily the truth. They're just what we believe that the truth is. See, a belief system is how I try and categorize people and groups and ideas and concerns and organizations, right? It's how I categorize the them in my life, whoever the them happens to be. It helps to process information, but it also brings along with it limitations when your belief systems aren't based on truth, but based on experiences and hurts. See, here's the truth. Our belief systems actually have been created since we were young. Not all of them, but most of the ones we live with. There's actually scientific studies that show that by the time you're 7 years old, the vast majority of your belief systems are already in place. Your belief systems on what safety is and what love looks like and what relationship is supposed to be like and what different groups and kinds and types of people would be like. And here's the challenge. It's not like capabilities where you put yourself in a box. If you've listened to last week's conversation, either here or there, it's about capabilities and it talks about the box we put ourselves in. See, beliefs aren't the box we put ourselves in. Beliefs are the box we put everybody else in so that we don't have to deal with pain, hurt, and issues and challenges and uncomfortability of dealing with those things in our life. So what is the box that you put people in? What's the belief systems that you have? And my question is it one that serves you, empowers you, gives you the life that you're meant to have, or limits you and hides you from the life that you're supposed to have if you would just step into it? Belief systems are an amazing wall, but they're a horrible window. They're something that keeps people from us and us from them, but it doesn't allow us the fullness of the life that we're called to, but that can change today. Because the one thing I love about belief systems and my understanding through study and through my own life experience is this: I can change them. They're not hardwired into my life so that I can't change, so that I can't change my opinion of things and my understanding of what things are supposed to be. So in that place where I always have this conversation in my head that says, I can't reach out in that way because every time I do, I fail. Or I can't talk to those people because they're always going to be that way. Or I can't try this thing in my life because it's always going to be that way. Or like a conversation I had with somebody this week who said this, I always quit when things get hard. That's a belief system. And we all have them. Today we're going to be set free and walk in the fullness of who we're called to be and have the tools to change our belief systems. So the first way of doing it is this. I wonder if you can look at the good of your situation. See, if you're like me in my past, before I walked in freedom, I understood that things were going to turn out bad and I was going to probably fail. But what if I found the goodness in the situation, right? Do you know that there can be challenging situations, but what you decide the meaning of that situation is determines your attitude walking into it and actually determines your results and your success in it. So when I think a situation is horrible and I can't believe it's happening to me and why do I have to deal with it, all of a sudden I'll have those negative, ugly emotions come alongside and limit me from what I could have done. But if I look at a situation as a challenge of, man, I am so glad that I am capable of not just dealing with this, but destroying this situation. I am the success that this situation needs. Now all of a sudden I'm on fire. Now all of a sudden I have power on the inside. I have emotional strength to walk in the fullness of who I'm created to be. Same person, different meaning, different result. So I wonder if in your situations you could practice finding the good and then empowering and the strengthening and the things that would cause you to live out of the fullness of who you are instead of limit you to the smallness that sometimes we shrink back to. Hey, so that first brain hack that I gave you was a way for you to retrain your brain, retrain your thought process and how you engage in your environment. Here's the second retrain your brain hack, and it's this. What if you were to find the good in people? Here's what I know through my life and what I've lived, and it's this, that no group is all anything. And I'm sure you haven't been there where you've heard those phrases, but I'll give you a hint on some of them that I've heard. All this group of people are just like that reaction, that attitude, that emotion, that desire, whatever it is. There's no all of anyone, whatever their race, creed, color, their group, their organization, their type. There's no group of people that are all anything. Each of them is made of individuals who have individual characteristics, personalities, areas of kindness, areas of hurt, areas of empowerment, and things that they believe they deserve and they desire. And so what if you would stop putting people in the boxes that you've put them in, and me as well. I've been there and I'm there sometimes. But we'd take them out of the boxes and look at the individual and respect and believe and want to see the goodness in the people in front of us. Sometimes it's a good person having a bad day, not a bad person just being who they are. But when I start to look at the goodness in people, starting to believe that just like I'm created and called for the life I'm supposed to live, I wonder if I looked at them in the same way that I would treat them differently and see them differently and maybe start to take them out of the boxes I've put them in to make my life easier, but my relationships worse. Finding the goodness in people, the second brain hack that allows you to start to walk in the fullness of the truth of the beliefs that you have instead of the ones that have been conveniently inside of you, training you to maybe limit your life. You're meant for more than that. And it's only in getting people out of boxes instead of putting them in that we start to see that. The third one, the third brain hack for you is simply this. It's a phrase that if you were to say it and actually think about it, it might change your life forever. And the phrase is this: what if I'm not right about that? The first thing to do in order to change in many circumstances is simply this: believing that there's a potential, however small, however minute, that you may not be right. And I know I am that guy that always believes I'm always right. And believe it or not, sometimes I'm not. I can't understand it either, but here's the truth. The way I walk in the fullness of who I am, right? Called and created to be in all that I am, in not just strength, but humility, is in maybe allowing for a hint of a possibility that I'm not right in this situation. And just in being able to say that and actually allow it to kind of marinate on the inside of me, I open up my thought process to the possibility that there's a wider, greater, a more amazing picture than I'm believing. Maybe there's a truth within it that I'm not seeing because, again, I'm pigeonholing people into this box that they're supposed to be in, rather than allowing the truth of the situation to show me what's really going on. What if I'm not right about what their motivation is? What if I'm not right about me and the fact that every feeling leads to failure? What if I'm not right? What if that lady who talked to me wasn't understanding the truth that just because something was hard didn't mean she had to quit? It's not a given that you're going to fail, that things aren't going to happen, that relationships aren't going to work out. See, belief systems aren't just about people, but it's about me. And how I protect myself by bringing in the script that says it's always going to be this way. It's a super easy way to walk through life. It's a horrible way to live the life that you're called to. 3 brain hacks for you to do this: destroy untrue belief systems and unleash empowering ones, because in unleashing them, you unleash yourself into all you're called to be. And by the way, it's not just for the life that you had. It's because when you start to see good in your environment and good in people, and you start to see life for what it is, not what you demand that it will be, all of a sudden you're an amazing person to be around. And your belief systems that empower also empower others to feel good about who they are and maybe walk forward in a more empowering belief system for them as well. How about we would try it today and this week, and in doing so, I wonder if the world would change, because some people have decided to change their belief systems, not the ones that are empowering and are great, but the ones that are maybe not true. Try it and see if you don't live a life that's amazing and one that's full of the things that you've desired for yourself. Hey, I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here at _freedom for life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. Do me a favor, man, subscribe, become a part of the family and part of the conversation. Hit the notification bell so you know every time that we've got another video, another conversation for you to be a part of. Down in the comments, talk to me about your belief systems and the things that you need to break free of, or maybe some of the empowering ones that have been serving you well for a while. And don't forget to hit the like button. Man, I need a thumbs up to know that I'm resonating with where you're at. That is my passionate desire, that I'm meeting the needs that you have. And don't forget down below, Instagram, Facebook, hey, we're talking about things down there as well, and hopefully giving you inspiration to live your life. Don't forget to share this video also with somebody you know who maybe has belief systems that need to change, or maybe needs to be inspired in some sort of way. Last but not least, as always, Freedom Family, I believe in you, and I just desire this for you. Dominate your day.